What is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For today's gameplay I'll be playing some Rust. Now there has been a humongous hype on Twitch and on YouTube in regards to this game. This game is actually pretty old in a sense. It has been around since 2013. Now back then obviously it was in the beta phases, and now it kind of has gotten officially out. And I think this is really why the hypes are starting to kick in big time, because Rust has been around for quite some time. It's not a game that I've been personally playing for at all. I actually just recently started playing it this weekend after seeing such a huge hype on it, and I decided to kind of show you guys what it's all about and kind of talk to you guys, for those of you that don't know what the game is, which is actually a really fun game. But for today's game I really want to teach you, kind of show you some of the very basic. The first things first, as you guys can see right here, there's all the servers that you can have. You have the official, the community, and the modded, and so on. Now the modded ones are the ones that pretty much anybody can buy. I believe that's the ones that you can just buy and set up different rules and based on those things like that. Official, those are the official game server and community, similar to the modded. But so one thing that I have noticed between the two is BP and no BP. So I was introduced by some other players that kind of came onto my stream this weekend and told me that I should probably start with the no BP servers. So what BP stand for is blueprints. So in this game you need to find blueprints to start building specific things within your actual house. So in this case we're going to jump into a no BP server, and then I'm going to show you guys as well as what it is, a BP server, so you can see what it is to ultimately look for blueprints and stuff like that. But if you are a beginner in this game, I will highly suggest for you to jump in a no BP server, because you don't have to do any sort of research. All the things are available for you as long as obviously you got the appropriate materials and the tools and stuff like that. But other than that, let's dive right into this gameplay. Let me know in the comment section whether or not you like so far and what you guys are wanting to see within this gameplay. I will be doing quite a bit of tutorials in regards to this game. I'm super excited about this, but without further ado, let's dive right into it. Alright guys, so we're just been into the server. As you guys can see, as soon as you get in, it looks like you're sleeping. You have to press any key and then you're gonna get started. Alright, so right off the back, when we first get started, you have what is called just a rock, and then you have a torch, which you can light up at night. We'll show you guys how the night works. You have roughly about 15 minutes of nights, and the rest of the time is you being just during the day. But right off the back, what we're going to do is we're going to be crafting slash looking for gear. Specifically, wood and stone will be the number two things that you need in order for you to be able to first start building your house and kind of getting ready for the nights. So let's get there first. So as soon as you hit a tree, you're going to see this X right here. That is where you want to continue hitting in order for you to be able to kind of take down the tree faster, and as well as receive more of the actual wood. One thing I did not mention was kind of the movement aspects. Now, the movements is similar to every other game. The only thing that's really kind of somewhat different is obviously tab is going to be the inventory, which as you guys can see I already have quite a bit of things. Q is going to be everything that you want to craft, which we're going to be getting into that here in a second. And then G would be the one to open the map. So this is the map that you're currently sitting on. All the names that you see right here are the monuments. Those are where you can have specific tools, weapons, and stuff like that. This is the location where you can ultimately find those things. So chances are we're probably going to build a house near some sort of monument, either the gas station or possibly the abandoned cabin in a sense. But most likely I usually like to stay around the harbors areas, but in this case we might just go between the gas station and the train yard over here. So we might be able to build a house around this area. Now the green areas are where you see the woods, or the actual wood areas. This right here has mostly sulfur, or specifically where you can turn into metal, and then the desert is just a desert. It doesn't really have anything special. But other than that, let's get back into the game. Let's find some more stone and then we can start building a house. Once you find a stone, so how you can tell the difference between this stone right here and the difference between this stone is ultimately the little star looking thing. So as soon as you get to a stone, you're going to see ultimately a star, and that's where you want to hit. So the trees have the little crosses, and for the actual stones, you're going to see the stars. Now there is metal ores and there is sulfur ores, which both of them you can ultimately turn into metal, which I will show you guys a little bit later on how you can craft those things. But let's get this stone real quick. Alright guys, so we have quite a bit of resources so far. So some of those things that you want to start crafting, we technically should be crafting some tools as well to kind of make the thing go a little bit faster. So we can do that real quick because we have more than enough resources. But then we also want to craft the hammer and the building plan. Now those are the two things you're going to be using for the actual building of it in general. Now some of the requirement for the building would be the cupboard, which is where you're going to be putting all the resources, so you're building those in actually decayed. So we're going to be getting that next, as well as we're going to be buying 2 doors, because we're going to be doing 2x4s, as well as 2 locks. Actually 3 locks, because we want to make sure this is locked at all time. So once we get all those things, then we're going to start building here in a second. So if you go to Q right here, you can see everything that's being crafted right now, and then it's how long it takes. Alright guys, so we finally got our crafting material right here in order for us to start building. I'm just waiting for the doors, which is perfectly fine, but we're going to start building our 2x4 real quick, as you guys can see right here. Alright guys, as you guys can see right here, we created an airlock, which is pretty much that if for whatever reason we end up dying to somebody, if they want to come into the house and the house is open for whatever reason, they won't be able to, because the door is pretty much blocking each other. So they're going to have to break both doors in order for them to actually be able to access the full house. So this real quick, install the locks that we just recently got. So we're going to put them over here. Let's put them in here, and then let's open this door. Install the other one over here. Now, as you guys can see, the actual locks itself are open. So because as you can see the little green area right here, so we're gonna quickly close them right here, and now you see them red. It's no longer green like it is right here. So let's close this one as well, and then we can close the door. We can close the door, and all the house is pretty much complete. Now we only have to obviously add the roof, but let's put this over here, and let's actually just kind of put this in the corner as much as we can. So we got the little. Got this right here, and then as you guys can see, it's pretty much done. Alright guys, so we have our roof complete, and then we have a little box right here. We have a little cupboard in a sense, in order for us to pretty much put the resources we need in here. That ultimately allows for them, as you guys can see right here, 161 per 24 hours from decay. So we're going to put this in here real quick, and it should be pretty much protecting our house for about 3 days, so it doesn't go bad. Now what we're going to do is pretty much upgrade everything that we have within the house. Starting from the outside, obviously you want to make sure that you can actually, see a little bit better. So let's go over here, let's grab this upgraded. We're gonna need to get a little bit more stone, but we're pretty much done for most part here. So we're gonna go collect a little bit more stone, and we should be good to go. Alright, so we collected some wood. Now we're gonna head over and kind of look for food as well, because as you guys can see right here, we're pretty much starving. So our little guy is ultimately asking for food. So we are near technically a dry lake. We have a forest right here, so we may be able to find some mushrooms and things like that. But we need to kind of go look for a little bit more stone, a little bit more wood, as well as look for food. So we found some yellow berries that we can ultimately eat, so that's going to be good for us right here. Let's collect those, and then we can go over here and actually just eat them. Now they do give you seeds that you can plant near your house, and then you can be able to ultimately get more berries. But this is going to prevent some of the Harengo from going, to give us a little bit more time while we look for resources. We have a pond right here that we can actually approach. As you guys can see, we have a water level right here as well. We not pretty much thirsty, but we get there eventually. So let's drink some water real quick. All you really got to do is kind of get close to water and then look down and give you the little drink icon, and then all you got to do is press it. Make sure obviously you're not in salt water. You don't want to go crazy, but either way it won't let you drink salt water anyway, so you should be fine. Somebody's sleeping right here. If he doesn't have anything, all he has is this. I'm not gonna kill him, there's no point. So we got a little bit of radiation because we got a little bit too close to this facility area. Now we got radiation because we really don't have any sort of clothing right now, which we will get eventually. Right now we're just kind of looking for basic stuff in order for us to get ready for the nighttime. So I'm hearing a little animal nearby, meaning that there's a deer or something that we can potentially hunt. It's not a deer, it's actually... no, it's actually gonna kill me. Let's go the other way. I didn't craft any weapons, which I probably should have, but this is a low population server, so it's just... I didn't see any point of for me to kind of craft any sort of weapon. I can probably just kill anything with just the tools that I have. Alright, so we got our house pretty much set up, as you guys can see right here. Now, we went to that other guy's house and we saw quite a bit of goodies. So we're going to go back and get some of those and then come back before he wakes up. So this is the name of the game. You ultimately have to steal in order for you to survive. Oh, pretty much kill. Alright, so we stole some of the additional stuff that he had. We're going to be continue crafting right here. We're going to craft a bow because obviously now we saw that somebody's nearby us. So let's craft a bow real quick. But then we also want to get a rucksack. And let's just put more stuff in here. Alright guys, so the sack right here, what it's going to do is going to allow you to actually spawn in the current location. So my little house is in this area right here, which is H3, near the actual little desert spot or dry lake. So if I ever want, or I have ever died to somebody else, I can always come back right here and respawn right here whenever, if it's not within cooldown. So now I wanted to set up a base right here, but I wanted to do this video for you guys, kind of show you guys the very basic of setting up a home. So once we get everything settled right here, which is, let's go to tab, let's put this over here, and we're going to put the little sack in this little neat spot right here in the corner of the house. So now you see the sleeping bag, and then you can, you know, whenever you log into the game, you automatically wake up in it. But let's get a few other things here ready for us. We got some med kits. Let's get some of this in order for us to be able to actually so the reason why you want to have closing is because you're actually going to be able to access certain spots within the the actual area, like the actual temples and stuff like that. So not the temples, I'm sorry, but the little areas like the gas station and stuff like that have certain radiation. Most of them is 10, so you want to make sure you wear proper clothing. As you guys can see, I'm pretty much naked for most part, so I want to buy clothing for myself so I have a positive radiation level of protection up to 10 in a sense. But this is a very basic. I have given you guys so much information already. So food wise, I found some berries. I was able to feed myself. I'm not so much in hungry now. I am kind of wounded, so, or not full health, so I can easily buy some bandages and kind of craft those, and I'll show you guys how I created the bow, which is ultimately just by having the tools for it as well. Now this is a BP or no BP server, meaning that all this is available to us as long as we have the actual appropriate crafting stuff. Now there's a few things that I do want to show you guys before we leave. Is obviously you want to make sure you have a campfire within your little house, so let's create a campfire real quick. And then the next thing we want to create will be to actually a stove, so we can actually do some crafting, which is this right here, furnace. So we need some low grade fuel, which we can get from animal meats and stuff like that, which we will be going hunting you soon. But once we get a little fire, a campfire, let's put this over here. You guys can ultimately already hear the dark of the night right now. So let's just get this fire started. We can cook some meat on it as well. We don't have any meat right now, so it's not a big deal. But you can put it right here, just turn it on, and then we have lights in the house. If we go outside, it's still daytime right now, but it will eventually turn into dark. Let's go over here. Let's finish grabbing more stuff from our neighbors over here where he sleeps. This is really what the game is all about, is being able to conquer and grab whatever you need from your neighbors. You know, I'm sure he likes me at this point. We do want to grab the bow and stuff upstairs, but we'll do that later on. It's not a big deal. This is kind of just to show you guys the very basic. This is a super basic house. Now I did create this right here mostly by habit, as well as the back, because I will be creating a back ladder well to a second floor and third floor potentially. Oh, somebody was nearby. But yeah. So else we have everything we need in here, and we are able to actually just get a crafting, so we can go in here, grab some additional stuff if we needed to, and then we can just continue crafting as we go. Now we do have all this that is available to us. What I really want to do is create a furnace. I won't be doing it on this specific aspect, but you guys pretty much grasp the very simple aspect of the gameplay. I will be doing some PvP for you guys, and I will be doing some more advanced builds for you guys, so stay tuned for all those videos. If you guys like this content, go down in the comment section, let me know what you guys enjoyed about this video, whether you guys want to see something similar about this, things to look forward to, and I make sure to kind of get that for you guys. Now I am fairly new to this game, so a lot of it is kind of like coming from somebody that has only been playing for roughly about 10+ hours on this game. So, you know, if you are a little bit more advanced and already know some of the basics, feel free to go in the comment section, let people know if I'm doing something wrong, even let me know so I can fix myself and actually just make it better for the next video. Other than that, thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe icon, and without further ado, I'll see you guys next time.